Greetings, Starseeds and Lightworkers. Ava here, and today we have a question from a viewer named Mayor, and he asks, are we humans made of both light and chaos? What can Diyeena tell us about chaos? I don't know if this question even makes sense, but Nietzsche says one must have chaos in oneself to give birth to a dancing star. I love this question. I'm going to go ahead and go right out and put you in touch with Diyeena, the Pleiadian, and those of you who are new here, welcome. Greetings, this is Diyeena of the Pleiadian Family. We're here to, what we say, bring the love, you see, to bring the love. And we love this question, you see, about what you call the chaos. You see, what you call the chaos and what is needed in the process of creation, you see. Because what you are really asking is, we're looking at different vantage points, you see. Because you can say that what is the process of creation is really it's a circuitry, you see. It is a circuitry of like what you would consider the breath, you see. So the fullness of the breath, the fullness of the light, and then back into stillness, you see. And so there's a constant movement, a breath of life pulsing, and it is in this place that creation can be born, you see. It's out of the deepest place of really of nothing, you see, of the silence, you see. And so it is in that place that what is creating? You see, this is the age-old question, you see, is what is? You see, who am I? What am I? And what creates? You see, and this is a question that people could put all the words on, you see. They call it names like God, they call creator, you see, life, universe, consciousness, you see, all these things, you see. And they have different structures, different vantage points, again, for this process of life itself, you see. And so chaos, in the form that you are referencing it, you see, is a part of created, a part of what is created by very nature. You see, it is like when you are creating, there is always the balance point. You see, that is always containing all. Whatever is created contains all. So as you are creating, you are a creator, creating all. So in that contains the secret. When you can keep that in mind, it contains everything. It contains the stillness and the chaos. It contains the darkness and the light. You see, so it is you can never create one part without the other. You see, it is always all together. You see, it is just by nature, you see. And so as the energy is moving, you see, it is moving from the nothing into what you would call the something or the light. You see, it's birth the shooting star. You see, as some of your beautiful minds have come up with all these creative ways to talk about it, you see. But it is really simply life as we know it in the heart, you see. This is the simplest way to put it, because the problem here is that anytime you take the vastness of what is, when you talk about the fullness of it, and you condense it into a vantage point, such as what we are doing now by talking about it, you see, you're missing it entirely. You're missing it entirely. You can talk about it all you want, but what you're really doing is talking around it. You see, and so you are and the beauty of it is it still contains it all in the same breath. You see, so you're talking around it and you are talking it at the same time. Isn't that fascinating? You see, it is a little bit complex, perhaps, for some of you to grasp. And maybe some of you are taking a nap right now. This is often what happens. You see, when the mind cannot comprehend things, we start to lose track. It's like, oh, what was she saying again? Or you get distracted. You see. Because the mind is not what can contain the entirety of this question. So we like to try to fit it into one perspective or vantage point when it is not necessarily what is the fullness of the experience itself, you see. So it is best for these types of questions, you see, to meditate, meditate on this, because it is more in the experiential feeling of it, where you are really able to it is less about grasping it, because then you try to come back and put it into the box of the mind, and then all of a sudden it slips away again, you see. So it is just something that is simply as you are. And so it is not as complex as what we like to do with the mind and try to put it into all these philosophical explanations, you see. That is what is creating the limitations of the expression itself. So we know we're not giving really what you want to hear, you see, in terms of answering the question, you see. But we will say is, of course, chaos is necessary. You see, in the same way that the darkness is necessary for the light, and the light is necessary for the darkness. We would not know either one if we do not have both, you see. So we have the stillness and we have the chaos, and both are necessary in the process of life itself, you see. The whole spectrum is part of it. You see, so it is giving rise to it all. Now, is it in the way that we are looking at it in the world, where when we typically think of the word chaos, what we really think of oftentimes is chaos, like man-made, created chaos in the ways that we move together. You see, and this is what you are pointing to is a little different. You're pointing more toward the chaos, or the movement, the energetic movement of the universe itself, you see. And it's apparent chaos, you see. And you could call it chaos, although it is not exactly accurate, because it is all very purposeful. And so that is really the important part to this whole question, is perhaps looking at what do you really mean by chaos, and can we look at that word and that energy in a broader context, because the word chaos and what it really holds, and what we usually perceive it through, is much more limited than it actually is. You see, the chaos is actually very, very intentional. The way that what seems to be chaotic has purpose. We are just looking at it through a place that is not getting to see the whole picture, so it feels chaotic or it looks chaotic. But if we were to take a little bit step back and look at it from a bigger perspective, we would see the dance. We would see the play of consciousness in the most beautiful way. And we would say, oh, that is not chaotic at all in the way that I thought it was, you see. It is a beautiful dance of creation. And so this is the way that we play, you see. This is the way that we play in the world, you see. And so it is all part of this one living breath of consciousness that is always breathing, you see. And we like to have answers of when did it start and by whom, and it must have a beginning point and an ending point. And we are so fixated in this world of time that we only think that it can exist in this way. And we're just here to tell you that it is a little bit bigger than that. And so that is part of the awakening process, is opening your perspective beyond the timeline of the three-dimensional time that you feel so strongly right now, helping you rise above that so that you can begin to feel the expansiveness of what is true and who you truly are, which goes beyond time as you know it, of having a beginning point and an ending point, and a creator in the mind's way that you have tend to think about it, you see. So this is really part of the awakening process, we will say, and this is really the point, you see. So to just let yourself continue on the path, you see, to allow yourself to find the practices and to find the ways to really encourage this process, you see, because it is happening. You see, it is happening all around, and the more that you are connected on the earth, the more quickly that process is going to happen for you, because it is happening for Mother Earth herself. So the more that you are consciously shifting your vibration with her, consciously, this is going to help you to awaken your own channels, in your own DNA, in your own strands of consciousness, and help you to what you call the jump up to the 5D, you see, and beyond. This is the way, you see, this is the very simple way, is to just go outside and hug the trees, you see, be with the nature. You see, this is really the tip for the day. Tip for the day. And we love you all very much, and thank you for the question. And we'll see you very soon. Blessings! I trust that message was exactly what you need to hear today. And if you liked it, give it a thumbs up and share it with everybody that you love. And I can't wait to see you all next week. I love this so much, and I love this community, and I love your questions. Please have them keep coming through. And if you have a question for Diyeena, you can post it below, or you can head over to the site in the description below and post it there as well. We love you all very much. We'll see you next time.